Chapter 1. The Perfect Life Shattered. Morning, handsome. Emily's voice was still sleepy as she rolled over and kissed my cheek. Sunlight slipped through the blinds and painted stripes across our bed. Morning, Mrs. Harper. I grinned, pulling her closer. 5 years today and you still make my heart race. She laughed, soft and warm. You're such a sap, Alex. Only for you. We stayed like that for a minute, just breathing together. Then my stomach twisted, not the good kind. I pushed it down. Probably just hunger. You okay? She asked, brushing hair from my forehead. Fine. Let's make pancakes. We danced around the kitchen like always, her flipping, me stealing bites of batter. She smeared chocolate on my nose and snapped a picture. Delete that, I warned. Never. Blackmail material forever. Everything felt perfect. Until 2 weeks later when perfect started cracking. I came home early, dizzy, sweating for no reason. Emily was on the couch, phone in hand. Hey babe. I dropped my keys. I don't feel great. Can we order in? She barely looked up. Yeah, sure. Whatever. That night I threw up 3 times. She slept through all of it. Next morning I sat in Dr. Harris's cold office while he stared at my scans. Alex, he said gently, it's a rare sarcoma. Aggressive. We need to start treatment immediately. The words floated past me. I heard cancer, but it didn't stick. I called Emily from the parking lot. My hands shook so hard enough to drop the phone twice. Please. She answered on the 4th ring. Hey, what's up? They found cancer. It's bad. Silence. Then, oh my God. Are you sure? I'm sitting outside the clinic right now. I'll be there in 20. She wasn't. She showed up after 2 hours, mascara perfect, coffee in hand. Sorry, traffic, she muttered and hugged me quick, like I was contagious. That night Mia burst through our door without knocking, eyes already red. Alex. She threw her arms around me. Why didn't you call me sooner? I just found out today. She turned to Emily. How are you holding up? Emily shrugged, trying to stay strong for him. Mia's jaw tightened, but she only said, we're all in this together, okay? Jake came over after work, still in his loud self. Dude, cancer picked the wrong guy to mess with. He punched my shoulder lightly. You're gonna kick its ass. I forced a laugh. That's the plan. Whatever you need, rides, food, someone to shave your head when the time comes, I'm your guy. Emily, you good? Emily nodded too fast. Of course. I'm not going anywhere. Jake raised an eyebrow at me. I pretended not to see. Later, when everyone left, Emily and I sat on the couch. I reached for her hand. I'm scared, I admitted. She squeezed once. I know, baby. We'll get through it. I love you so much. I love you too. She kissed my forehead, then yawned. I'm exhausted. Mind if I shower and crash? Go ahead. I watched her walk away, trying to ignore the ache in my chest that had nothing to do with cancer. I woke up at 2 a.m. needing water. The apartment was dark except for the light under the bathroom door. Emily's voice drifted out, low and urgent. No, listen, he's really sick. Yeah, I know we talked about leaving next month, but... Tom, stop. I feel horrible, okay? Just give me time to figure this out. My blood turned to ice. I have to stay for now, she whispered. People are watching. If I walk out the second he gets diagnosed, I look like a monster. Yes, I still want us. Just be patient. She ended the call, flushed the toilet for cover, and slipped back into bed like nothing happened. I lay there in the dark, staring at the ceiling, heart pounding so hard I thought it would burst. She was already planning her escape. And I was already dying. Chapter 2. The Diagnosis and Her Promises. The fluorescent lights in Dr. Harris's office felt too bright. I sat there holding Emily's hand, waiting for him to say something that made sense. Dr. Harris pushed his glasses up. Alex, the biopsy came back. It's pancreatic adenocarcinoma, stage 3. It's aggressive. I heard the words, but they floated past me. How long? I asked, voice cracking. With treatment, maybe 12 to 18 months. Without it, 3 to 6. Emily squeezed my hand hard. We're doing treatment, she said fast. Whatever it takes. I turned to her. You okay with this? It's going to be hell. She looked straight into my eyes. Alex, I married you for better or worse. This is the worse. I'm not going anywhere. I wanted to believe her so badly it hurt. 2 days later we were back for the first round of chemo. I was already nauseous from nerves when Emily's phone buzzed. I have to take this, she whispered, stepping into the hallway. I watched her through the glass. She smiled at the screen first, then her face went serious. She kept glancing at me like she was afraid I'd hear. When she came back, her smile was too big. Just work, she said. That night at home I was throwing up in the bathroom when Mia showed up with soup. She set the container down and hugged me from behind. You look like death, big brother. Thanks, I croaked. Where's Emily? Late shift. New project. Mia frowned. She's been working a lot of late shifts lately. I didn't answer. I couldn't. The next week I had an early scan. Emily said she'd meet me there. I waited 40 minutes in the parking lot, texting, calling. Nothing. Finally I went in alone. Dr. Harris met my eyes. Your wife isn't coming? She got held up, I lied. He sighed. Alex, the tumor hasn't shrunk yet. We're raising the dose. It's going to hurt more. I nodded like a lot when you're trying not to cry. When I got home, Emily was on the couch scrolling her phone. You missed the appointment, I said quietly. She sat up fast. Oh my God, baby, I'm so sorry. Traffic was insane. It's fine, I cut her off. I didn't have the energy to fight. She rushed over and wrapped her arms around me. I hate myself for letting you down. It won't happen again, I swear. I rested my head on her shoulder. I just need you here. I'm here, she whispered. Always. But 3 nights later I woke up at 2 a.m. needing water. The apartment was dark except for the light under the bedroom door. Emily's voice drifted out, low and angry. I told you I need space right now, Tom. He's sick, okay? I can't just. My heart stopped. She kept talking. No, I'm not leaving him while he's dying. That would make me a monster. Just give me time. Silence. Then, softer, I miss you too. I stood frozen in the hallway, glass of water shaking in my hand. She came out 10 minutes later, phone against her chest like it might run away. When she saw me, she jumped. Alex, you scared me. Who's Tom? My voice sounded dead. Her face went white. A coworker. We're planning a surprise fundraiser for you at the office. I didn't want to ruin it. I stared at her. At 2 in the morning? It's urgent planning, she said, laughing too loud. You know how corporate is. I wanted to scream. I wanted to believe her. I was so tired. Okay, I said finally. She kissed my forehead. Go back to bed, babe. I love you more than anything. I lay down, staring at the ceiling, heart pounding. I'm going to trust her one more time, I told myself. Just one more time. But deep down, something inside me had already started breaking. Chapter 3, Cracks in the Foundation. The chemo room smells like bleach and burnt sugar. I'm hooked to the floor when Sarah from accounting leans in the doorway, holding a coffee she clearly bought for me. You look like death, Alex, she says, handing it over. No offense. None taken. My voice scratches. I feel like death that someone forgot to bury. She sits. Emily didn't come again? She said she had a migraine. Sarah raises an eyebrow. 3rd migraine this week? I shrug, but the movement hurts my shoulders. She's stressed. Alex. Sarah lowers her voice. People are talking. Tom from marketing brags he's taking her to the lake house this weekend. The one his parents own. My stomach flips harder than the chemo ever managed. That's just gossip. Gossip doesn't post pictures of them kissing on Instagram and then delete them 5 minutes later. I stare at the coffee cup shaking in my hand. She wouldn't. Sarah touches my wrist. Just watch your back, okay? That night I'm alone again. Emily texts, working late, don't wait up. I wait anyway. The clock hits 2 a.m. My bones feel like someone poured cement in them. I drag myself to the kitchen for water and the room spins. Next thing I know I'm on the tile, cheek against cold floor, phone 2 feet away. I dial Emily. It rings 6 times. Hello. Her voice is sleepy, annoyed. I fell. I can't get up. Something's wrong. A long pause. I hear music in the background, laughter. Alex, I'm out with the team. Can this wait until morning? I think I'm dying. You always think you're dying lately. She sighs. Call Jake or an ambulance. I've had 3 martinis, I can't drive. Please. I said I can't. The line goes dead. I crawl, fingers slipping on the floor, and dial 911. My voice comes out a croak. Sir, stay with me. What's your address? I manage to tell them before everything goes black. I wake up in the ER. Jake is beside the bed, eyes red. You scared the hell out of me, man. Where's Emily? Jake looks away. This on her way. The nurse adjusts my 4. Your wife called back an hour ago. Said she was stuck in traffic. Traffic at 4 a.m. Jake pulls out his phone, shows me a photo someone sent him, Emily and Tom at a rooftop bar, timestamp 2 hours ago, her head on his shoulder, his hand up her dress. I stare until the screen blurs. She didn't even check if I was alive, I whisper. Jake's jaw tightens. I'm sorry, bro. The heart monitor beeps faster. Rage climbs my throat like acid. I defended her, I say. Sarah warned me today and I defended her. Jake grips my hand. You couldn't have known. I knew something was wrong for weeks. I just didn't want to see it. The doctor walks in, chart in hand. Mr. Carter, your blood pressure crashed. We almost lost you. I laugh and it sounds broken. Yeah. Almost. Jake stays until morning. Emily finally shows up at 10, hair perfect makeup, holding a single rose like it fixes everything. Baby, I'm so sorry, the Uber took forever and... Stop. My voice is flat. Just stop. She freezes. I called you while I was dying on the floor. You were drinking martinis with Tom. Her mouth opens, closes. It's not what you think. I don't care what it is anymore. Tears fill her eyes, pretty, practiced tears. You're upset. You're sick. We'll talk when... There's no we left. The words taste like metal. Get out. Alex. Get out. She runs. Jake watches her go, then looks at me. What do you need? I close my eyes. The betrayal burns hotter than any fever. I need to live long enough to watch her lose everything she threw me away for. Chapter 4. Abandoned in the darkness. The heart monitor beeped slow and steady beside me. I stared at the door, waiting for footsteps that never came. Then they did, sharp heels on tile. Emily walked in carrying a suitcase. You're packing? My voice cracked like dry paper. She wouldn't look at me. I can't do this anymore, Alex. Do what? Be married? Be decent? The crying, the vomiting, the bills, the smell. She finally met my eyes. I'm suffocating. I laughed, but it hurt my ribs. I'm the one with cancer. You're suffocating? I met someone. She set the suitcase on the chair. Tom. From work. He makes me feel alive again. The room tilted. How long? Does it matter? Say the number. 8 months. 8 months. I was getting poison pumped into my veins while she was in someone else's bed. Get out, I whispered. I'm trying to. She zipped the suitcase louder than she needed to. I'll send someone for the rest of my stuff. Don't bother. Burn it. The door opened again. Mia stormed in, eyes blazing. You're leaving him now? Emily rolled her eyes. Stay out of it, Mia. He's dying. He's not dead yet. Emily grabbed the handle. Sign the divorce papers when they come. I kept it simple. No alimony, I just want out. Mia stepped in front of the door. You're a monster. No, I'm honest. He's the one who got sick and expected me to play saint. Emily shoved past her. Tell him goodbye for me. The door slammed. Silence swallowed the room. Mia's hands shook as she came to the bed. I'm so sorry, Alex. Don't be. My throat burned. I'm done begging. Jake slipped in 5 minutes later, face dark. I just saw her in the parking lot kissing some guy in a Porsche. Tom, I said. 8 months. That son of a... Jake punched the wall. You want me to follow them? Get pictures? Proof. Get everything, I said. Bank accounts, texts, all of it. He nodded once and left. Nurse Lisa came in for vitals, gentle as always. Your blood pressure's high, sweetheart. Try to rest. Hard to rest when your wife just murdered the last piece of your heart. She squeezed my hand. You still have a heart. That's why it hurts. Let it hurt. Then let it heal. Mia sat down, opened her phone. I'm calling Mr. Patel. The lawyer Dad used. Do it. 30 minutes later Mr. Patel arrived, thin, serious, kind eyes. He pulled the curtain around my bed. Emily wants a clean split? He asked. She can have clean, I said. But she gets nothing. House, savings, life insurance, everything goes to Mia and to cancer research. I want it ironclad. He raised an eyebrow. You sure? I've never been surer of anything. She left me to die alone. I'm going to make sure she remembers it every day she keeps breathing. Mia wiped her eyes but didn't argue. Mr. Patel wrote fast. I'll have new documents by tomorrow. She won't see a cent. Good. After he left, Lisa adjusted my fore. You're stronger than you think, Alex. I stared at the empty doorway Emily had walked through. No, I said quietly. But I'm about to be. The monitor kept beeping. For the first time in weeks, it sounded like a countdown instead of a death sentence. Chapter 5. Fighting Alone. The chemo room smelled like bleach and burnt plastic. I sat there with the 4 dripping poison into my vein, staring at the bag like it was my only friend left. You're tougher than you look, Alex, Dr. Harris said, checking my chart. Your last scan showed shrinkage. 30%. That's huge. 30. My voice cracked. So I'm not dying today? Not today. He smiled, tired but real. Keep eating, keep walking the halls, keep fighting. You hear me? I hear you. I swallowed the lump in my throat. Thank you. He patted my shoulder and left. The second the door shut, I whispered to the empty room, then why do I feel more dead than ever? That afternoon Sarah slipped in with a paper bag of cookies. She looked nervous, like she was smuggling drugs instead of chocolate chip. I baked too many, she lied, setting them on the tray. Thought you could use sugar. You drove an hour for cookies? I raised an eyebrow. She's Saturday, fine. I also wanted to tell you something before you hear it from someone else. She took a breath. Emily and Tom just got back from the Maldives. Posted pictures everywhere. #blessed, #new chapter. It's disgusting. I laughed, but it hurt my ribs. Of course they did. She's wearing the diamond necklace we picked out for your 5th anniversary, Sarah muttered. The one you saved 6 months for. The room went quiet except for the beep of the monitor. I closed my eyes. Good for her. You're not mad. I'm too tired to be mad, Sarah. She squeezed my hand. You should be mad. You should be furious. Maybe tomorrow, I said. She left the cookies and a soft, call me if you need anything. Later that evening, Mrs. Lee from next door showed up with a Tupperware of kimchi stew. She was 80 if she was a day, but she moved like someone half her age. You are too skinny, she scolded, opening the lid. The smell punched me in the face with memories of home-cooked dinners Emily never had time for. My husband died of cancer. I know what this does. I took the spoon with shaking fingers. Thank you, Mrs. Lee. You cry if you need to cry, she said, patting my cheek. But you eat first. We ate in silence until she said, your wife came by the house yesterday. Asked if she could store some boxes in my garage, just for a few weeks. I told her my garage is full of ghosts already. I almost choked on the stew. You said that? I said it nicer, she grinned. But she left fast. That night Jake snuck in after visiting hours, hood up like a criminal. I brought contraband, he whispered, pulling out a beer. 1 sip won't kill you. I took the bottle. Cold. You're a terrible influence. He sat on the edge of the bed. Listen, I did something. Jake. I hacked into your joint account. Don't look at me like that, you gave me the password years ago and never changed it. He pulled out his phone. She's been moving money. A lot. 5 grand here, 8 grand there. All to an account in her name only. I stared at the numbers. My savings. Our savings. Gone. She started 6 months before you got sick, he said quietly. 6 months. While I was planning anniversary surprises, she was planning her exit. I handed the phone back. My hand didn't even shake. Thanks for showing me. You're not gonna yell? What's the point? I took a slow sip of beer. She already killed the man who would have yelled. Jake looked like he wanted to punch something for me. The next morning I asked the nurse for a box of my things from home. Mia had dropped it off weeks ago. I dug through old tax papers and birthday cards until I found the stack of letters tied with a red ribbon. Love letters from Emily, back when she still signed them, "Forever yours." I read one. Then another. Then I saw it. An envelope addressed to Tom, same handwriting, same red ink, dated 2 years ago. I love you more than I've ever loved anyone. One day we won't have to hide. My heart slammed against my ribs like it wanted out. I read every letter, every lie, every plan. When I finished, I folded them neatly, slid them back into the envelope, and pressed the call button. The nurse poked her head in. You okay, hon? I need to see my lawyer, I said, voice steady for the first time in months. And tell Dr. Harris I'm ready for whatever treatment he's got next. That was Tuesday. By Friday the cancer decided it wasn't done with me yet. The pain hit like a truck at 3 a.m., white hot, blinding. I couldn't breathe. Couldn't scream. The monitors screamed for me. Alarms blared. Nurses ran in. Someone shouted, "He's crashing." The last thing I heard before everything went black was my own voice inside my head, calm as ice. Not yet. I'm not finished with her either. Chapter 6, The Final Days. The hospital room smelled like bleach and old flowers. My hands shook too much to hold the phone, so Mia held it for me while Jake sat on the other side, pretending to read a magazine he hadn't turned a page in for 20 minutes. Alex, talk to me, Mia whispered. You're scaring me. I'm tired, Mia. That's all the way down tired. Jake dropped the magazine. Don't say shit like that, man. You're still here. You're still fighting. I tried to laugh, but it came out a cough that left blood on the tissue. Fighting with what? I've got nothing left. The door opened and Dr. Harris stepped in, face tight. Alex, your numbers crashed again. We can try one more round, but... No, I rasped. No more poison. I'm done. Mia's eyes filled. Alex, please. I said no. Silence swallowed the room until Jake spoke, voice cracking, asked, You sure, brother? I'm sure. That night I asked Mia to call Mr. Patel. He arrived an hour later, briefcase in hand, looking like he hadn't slept either. Alex, he said softly, you wanted changes to the will? Yeah. Everything, house, savings, life insurance, goes to Mia. Emily gets nothing. And I wrote a letter. Make sure it's read out loud at the reading. Mr. Patel nodded slowly. Consider it done. After he left, I pulled the wedding photo from the bedside drawer, the one from our honeymoon, both of us laughing on the beach. My thumb smeared dried blood across her smile. Mia saw it. You still love her? I loved who I thought she was. The next afternoon the phone rang. Mia held it to my ear. Alex. Emily's voice, fake sweet. Baby, I heard you're worse. I'm so sorry I haven't been there. Work's been crazy and... Stop. My voice was barely air. Just stop. I miss you, she lied. You left me to die, Emily. Remember? You packed your bags while I was throwing up in the bathroom. Silence. Then, I was scared, Alex. I couldn't watch you. You didn't watch me. You ran to him. I'm coming to the hospital tomorrow, okay? We'll talk. Don't bother. I changed the locks on everything that matters. Alex. Goodbye, Emily. I nodded at Mia ended the call. Jake whistled low. Cold, man. Ice cold. She earned it. That night the pain spiked so hard I screamed. Nurses rushed in, pumping morphine until the edges blurred. Mia held my hand, tears falling on my knuckles. "You're my hero, you know that?" she whispered. "Shut up," I croaked, smiling through the haze. "You're the hero. Always were." Jake leaned close. "Anything you need me to tell her when you're gone?" "Tell her I won. Tell her I died on my terms, surrounded by people who actually love me. And tell her the money she thought was coming? It's gone." He grinned through wet eyes. "With pleasure." Hours later, or minutes, time was slippery, the heart monitor slowed. Beep, beep, beep. Mia sobbed my name. Jake gripped my other hand so tight it should have hurt, but I couldn't feel anything anymore. I looked at the ceiling and thought, this is it. She wanted me gone. She got her wish. But I wasn't afraid. I was free. The last thing I heard was Mia screaming for the doctor as the line went flat. And then, quiet. Finally quiet. Chapter 7. Watching from beyond. I'm still here. Not in pain anymore, not tired, just floating. Watching. The funeral home smells like cheap lilies. Emily stands in front of my casket in a black dress that hugs her too tight for a grieving widow. Tom's hand rests on the small of her back like he owns her. She dabs her eyes with a tissue, but there's no wetness on her cheeks. Mia steps up beside her, voice low and sharp. "You have some nerve showing up here, Emily." Emily sniffles, loud enough for the whole room. "He was my husband, Mia. I loved him." "Funny way of showing it," Mia hisses. "You left him to die alone." People turn. Emily's lip trembles. Perfect performance. "I was scared. The cancer, it was too much." "Scared." Mia laughs, bitter. "You were scared of missing your weekend in Napa with this one." She jerks her chin at Tom. Tom smirks. "Watch your mouth, sweetheart." "Or what?" Jake appears behind Mia, arms crossed. "You gonna leave her too when the money runs out?" Emily grabs Tom's sleeve. "Let's go." "I can't do this." They walk out. I follow unseen. That night, in our old apartment, my apartment, she pops champagne with Tom on the couch I picked out. "To new beginnings," Tom says, clinking her glass. Emily smiles, real this time. No more hospital smells. No more midnight crying. Just us. Damn right. He kisses her hard. "And that life insurance? 2 million, baby. We're set." My stomach would twist if I still had one. 2 weeks later, she's in a sleek office downtown. "Dr. Ruiz?" Emily sits, twisting her hands. I keep dreaming he's standing at the foot of my bed. He doesn't say anything. He just stares. The therapist nods calmly. "Guilt often appears as the person we've wronged. What happened between you and Alex?" Emily's voice cracks. "I left him. He was dying and I couldn't watch." "Did you love him?" The pause. "I thought I did. Then it got hard." Dr. Ruiz writes something. "Dreams like that don't stop until you face what you did." Emily leaves shaking. A month later, the lawyer's office. Mr. Patel clears his throat. "To my sister, Mia Harper, I leave the house, all savings accounts, and the investment portfolio." He looks up. "To my former wife, Emily Harper, previously Emily Harper, I leave the wedding album and the debt she secretly took in my name, totaling $412,000. Emily shoots up. "What? That's impossible. We had life insurance." Mr. Patel slides papers across. "The policy was voided when evidence surfaced that Mrs. Harper forged Alex's signature to increase premiums while he was hospitalized. The company is suing for fraud." Tom stands slowly. "You told me it was clean." "It was supposed to be." Emily's voice breaks. Tom grabs his coat. "I'm not going down for this." "Tom, wait." He's gone. That night she calls him 23 times. He never picks up. Next week, her boss calls her in. "We have to let you go, Emily. Clients are pulling accounts after the news about the fraud investigation." "But security will walk you out." She sits in her car and screams until her throat bleeds. At Dr. Ruiz's office again, Emily is thinner, eyes wild. "He talks now," she whispers. "In the dreams. He says, You wanted me gone. Now live with it. Dr. Ruiz leans forward. Are you sleeping? 2 hours a night. I see him everywhere. In mirrors. In windows. Last night he was sitting in my closet. You need medication. And possibly inpatient care. Emily laughs, high and broken. He's doing this. He's making me crazy. I hover beside her, silent. I'm not doing anything. This is all her. She looks right where I am, eyes wide. Alex, she whispers. I'm sorry. Please stop. I don't answer. I don't have to. She starts sobbing into her hands, and for the first time since I died, I feel something close to peace. Chapter 8. The Unraveling Truth. I drift above the city like smoke nobody can catch. I watch Emily pace our old living room, my living room, talking to herself in circles. Alex? Alex, are you here? She whispers, eyes wide. Please stop looking at me like that. She can't see me, but she feels me. The doorbell rings. She jumps, clutches her chest. Detective Ramirez stands outside with Sarah. Sarah called him. I heard her on the phone last week, voice shaking but steady. Emily opens the door a crack. Yes. Mrs. Carter? Detective Ramirez. May I come in? I'm not feeling well. It'll only take a minute. We have a few questions about your late husband's insurance policy and some missing medication. Emily's face goes white. I don't know anything about that. Sarah steps forward. I do. I have the pharmacy records, the ones you asked me to delete. Emily tries to slam the door. Ramirez puts his foot in. Ma'am, don't make this harder. They push inside. I follow unseen. Sarah lays papers on the coffee table. Tom signed for the pills that were swapped in Alex's 4-bag. Your signature is on the insurance change of beneficiary form. The one that made you the payout jump to $2 million the week Alex died. Emily backs against the wall. That's not. Tom handled all of that. Then Tom can tell us himself, Ramirez says, but he's already talking downtown. Says you cried and said Alex was suffering too much and asked him to help it along. Emily slides down the wall, hugging her knees. No. No, no, no. Sarah's voice cracks. I trusted you. We all did. You let him die alone because you wanted out. I hover closer. Part of me wants to scream that I forgive her. The bigger part wants her to feel every second of this. The detective cuffs her. Emily Carter, you're under arrest for conspiracy to commit murder. Emily starts sobbing. Alex, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't answer. I can't. Next stop, Dr. Ruiz's office. Emily's been coming here twice a week since the funeral. She sits on the couch, rocking. Dr. Ruiz keeps her voice calm. Tell me what you're seeing, Emily. He's everywhere, Emily whispers. In the mirror. In the corner of my eye. He won't talk, he just watches. And what does that make you feel? Like I'm burning alive. I keep hearing his voice from that last night. Please come home. I didn't go. I was with Tom and I didn't go. Dr. Ruiz writes something. Have you considered that guilt can? It's not guilt. He's really here. He hates me. I lean close to her ear, though she can't hear me. I don't hate you. I just don't love you anymore. That's worse. Outside the window, Mrs. Lee walks her dog. She sees Emily through the glass, screaming at empty air. Mrs. Lee shakes her head and mutters, poor thing lost her mind the day she lost him. Tom bailed her out, but he's gone by sunset. I watch him peel away in the new car she bought him. He doesn't look back. Emily stands alone on the porch, barefoot in the driveway, clutching the wedding photo she tore up months ago. She pieced it back together with tape. Now she talks to the picture. We were supposed to grow old, Alex. Remember? You promised. You promised me forever. I did. You promised me. Her phone buzzes. A known number. She answers. Hello. A recorded voice. You have a collect call from county jail. Press 1 to accept charges from Tom Carter. She presses 1. Baby, listen. Tom's voice is frantic. They're charging me with murder. They say you said I. She hangs up. The phone drops. She sinks to her knees on the cold concrete. The streetlights flicker on. She's alone. She finally understands. There's no one left. No money. No house. Foreclosure papers arrive tomorrow. No friends. No me. She looks up at the sky, right where I float. Alex. I'm sorry. Please come back. I'll do anything. I feel the pull, like a hand on my shoulder. It's time to go. I speak, one last time, knowing she'll feel it more than hear it. Goodbye, Em. She gasps, clutching her chest like someone else's heart now. I turn and walk into the light, leaving her screaming my name into the dark. Chapter 9. Madness and Justice. I hover in the corner of the psych ward's visiting room, unseen, unheard, but feeling everything. Emily sits strapped to a chair, hair wild, eyes red, screaming at nothing. Alex, I know you're here. Stop hiding. I'm sorry, okay? I'm so sorry. The nurse tries to calm her. Mrs. Carter, there's no one here. You're safe. Safe. Emily laughs, a broken sound. He's watching me die the way I watched him die. Alex, please talk to me. I want to answer. I don't. I just watch. A doctor walks in with a clipboard. She hasn't slept in 4 days. Keeps saying her dead husband is in the room. Another nurse whispers, her boyfriend cleaned out the accounts and disappeared. Left a note that said, you deserve this. Emily hears them. She starts sobbing. Tom took everything. The house is gone. The money is gone. I have nothing. Alex, I have nothing because of you. No, I think. You have nothing because of you. The door opens again. Detective Ramirez steps in with 2 officers. Emily Carter, you're under arrest for insurance fraud, embezzlement, and conspiracy to commit murder. Emily freezes. Murder? I didn't kill him. He died of cancer. Ramirez cuts her off. We found the messages between you and Tom. The ones where you told him to switch Alex's medication with placebos so the insurance would pay faster. Ring a bell? Emily's mouth opens, but no sound comes out. Ramirez keeps talking. Tom rolled on you the second we picked him up in Mexico. Said it was your idea from the start. Emily starts shaking. No, that's a lie. Alex, tell them. Tell them I loved you. I float closer, but I still say nothing. She looks right where I am. I see you. I know you're there. You won. You won everything. Mia walks in then. She's allowed 1 visit before they transfer Emily to county jail. She stands in front of Emily, eyes cold. You begged me to forgive you at the funeral, Mia says quietly. I told you I never would. Do you remember? Emily nods, tears streaming. Good, Mia says. Because my brother is finally at peace. And you never will be. Emily screams, thrashing against the restraints. Mia, please. Tell Alex I'm sorry. Tell him I didn't mean it. Mia leans down until their faces are inches apart. He can hear you just fine. She turns and walks out without looking back. The nurses sedate Emily. Her screams turn to whimpers. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Alex, come back. Please come back. They wheel her away. Later, I drift to the hospital rooftop. The city lights blur below me. I feel light. Not angry anymore. Not even sad. Just done. Mia stands at Alex's grave a week later. She places fresh flowers and talks to the headstone like I'm still in the ground. I felt you that day in the ward, Alex, she says softly. I don't know how, but I felt you let go. I love you. I'll miss you every single day. But you're free now. I touch her cheek. She can't feel it, but she smiles anyway, like she knows. I look one last time toward the direction of the prison where Emily will spend the rest of her life screaming at ghosts. I don't hate her anymore. I pity her. And then I turn away. The light pulls me upward, warm, quiet, final. I'm going home. And this time, no one can stop me.